Hey guys, what's going on? Today I am talking about fishing boxes. This first video in my series of what's in the box. And like I talked about in the last video, at the end of this series, if you have liked and subscribed to these videos, I'm going to send you this box as a prize. I'm going to pick out one winner, and that winner's going to win this box. And maybe I'll even throw a few goodies in it. Who knows? So I'm going to start with my first box. Well, first, I'm going to start with what to me is important in a box. I am 59 years old. I started fishing when I was 6, and I have used every kind of box for storage in the world. And these are the ones that I finally settled on. I've used these, the old Planos. I don't like these plastic hinges. They come loose, they break. I seem to always lose the little dividers. They're nice to have, but they're easy to lose. And I've used all different sizes. This one has a bunch of my extra stuff in it. Extra largemouth bass jigs and gear. And these are okay. They make lots of different, like, larger boxes that hold these, so you can use them like drawers or whatever. But the other thing I don't like about them is they let in moisture, and when you fish a lot with spinners and things like that, they have a tendency to rust. So I like these because, one, they're durable, they're very rigid. They have metal hinges that are somewhat over rebuilt. They have a really good latch. It goes all the way across, holds the whole thing closed. They come with dividers. They have this rubber seal that keeps moisture out, which I really like. And when it's latched, it's latched. It's very good. So the first box we're going to go through today and look at what's inside. And I'm going to discuss what's inside. Here's some other boxes I've used in the past. I'm sure you guys have all seen these. That was from a garage sale. Here, which these are okay, except if you got anything. Look, this one, the latch is broke because it's plastic garbage. But if you got anything that's like stacked up on each other or whatever, they bind up and they break. And look at the rust on that hook. That's why I don't like them. Things just rust in these things. And there goes more pieces of the actual latch, so they don't stay latched very well. So, like I said, I've settled on these. And these Strike King ones, one of the nice thing is they come with the stuff that soaks up moisture in them. So, and I live in a saltwater, salt air environment, so for me, keeping that salty air out of my box is a good thing. So what I do is I load all my gear in them, and I label what they are. This is steelhead jigs. And we're gonna go over each one of these. And the first one we're gonna start with is salmon spin. And this one has all my spinners and jigs that I use for Coho salmon. It's a box that I use a lot because I fish for a lot of Coho salmon. Hopefully this year we'll be taking you guys along on some Coho salmon adventures, and you get to see me catch some. And one of the most popular lures where I live for Coho is spinners, and there's all different kinds, and they can be used for all different things. I'm gonna just jump right in we'll start with Tidewater and work our way upriver. And I also have jigs in here. We're going to talk about those too. So in Tidewater, it seems like these, the spinners need to have like hoochies or whatever on them. And they really like pink. This right here is one of the most popular ones around here. This is the Mepps Flying C. And I believe they call this a French blade. And this is a 7/8 ounce, number 5. Has this little plasticky, rubbery skirt thing on here. And single hook. Around here you have to use single barbless, so I'll have to pinch the barb on this one when I actually get it out fishing. And the nice thing about these is they cast very far, and because they don't have a whole bunch of frilly stuff on them, they sink pretty good, so you can get them down deep where the fish are, and you can retrieve them nice and slow. And that French style blade gives you a really good thump. So you cast that baby out there, reel it in nice and slow, try to keep it down deep. And then the other ones that work good in salt water are the ones with the painted blades like this. This is also a MEPS. And I just really like that cupped French style blade. Seems to work really, really well. It puts out just the right thump. Salmon generally, once they hit fresh water, do not feed. They're not there to eat. Great Lakes probably different. This is another really good one for salt water, tide water, basically, where the water's kind of muddy, murky. They like these kind of colored painted blades too. This one is a Vibrax. Vibrax spinners. Let's see. I have caught more fish, salmon, trout, and steelhead on this number 5 Blue Fox Vibrax in this color than anything else. Anywhere. Tidewater, up high in freshwater. They seem to really like this color of orange, and they like this French style number 5 blade. Always number 5. You want it bigger and heavier because you need to get down there where the fish are. Again, side wash, barbless hook. So super important. I'll take these out, I'll throw them out, I'll retrieve them nice and slow. Get that flash and that thump. But anyway, so when coho come in, they don't really eat, but they're very easy to agitate, and you get reaction bites. And for me, that's what I believe how spinners work. Everybody believes something different. Some people think that they eat them because they think that it's a herring or whatever. I don't know. Blue and silver, another great color. These are called steelhead slammers, something. Steelhead slammer. I've not used these for cohos yet. These are brand new. I just bought a bunch of them to try them out because the price is pretty good. They're made right down in Oregon. I think they probably get their parts from China and then make the spinners in Oregon. And I've seen a lot of people talk about them and say that they're really good. So we're going to give them a try and find out this year. And then I'll let you know. Also, when you're down in tidewater, you want big. This is a number 6 Vibrax. This one's straight silver. This is just a big old thumper. And I can always throw a hoochie on there if I want later. That's what these plastic rubber guys are, is hoochies. Because sometimes it just takes that extra color. I use these on these hoochie ones. Well, this one is called a Flash and Glow. This is like a classic. They've been using these forever in the rivers. And this one, of course, has the added pink hoochie on it. And these ones are a Panther Martin with a hoochie on it. And I use these in smaller rivers down low in tidewater. And they really seem to like these hoochies. Like, they'll come and grab it just as it's sinking through the water. Pink seems to be the popular thing in tidewater around here. Works really good. And these blades seem to really attract fish. So I don't use them a whole lot. They're kind of meant for a couple little specific areas that I really like to use them. And they're kind of expensive also. These spinners are all like $9 a piece, $8 a piece. So you'll add up really fast. My recommendation is when you got a couple extra bucks in your pocket and you're in a store that sells stuff, even if it's not in season, buy it, throw it in your glove box, and you keep doing that. And by the time the season comes up, you got a nice box full of stuff. Anyway, so I like to use these down in the lower water. And these are going to be more in the upper river outside of tidewater. Especially up north. This guy is a really good one. In the northern peninsula rivers in Washington State, number 5 pink Vibrax is hard to beat. Like, you could pretty much throw this anywhere and chances are real good you'll get a bite on it and get a fish. And that's what I got these for, is for the upper non-tidal river, and hopefully they'll do good. And you'll notice that almost all my blades are smooth. I only have a couple that have hammered blades. I'll show you a hammered blade. If you don't know what that is, that's a hammered blade. I got this specifically for one particular river up north. It seems like green with hammered blade always worked there really good, but it was hard to find that kind of spinner. Like Mepps makes a green bladed spinner or a green spinner with a blade, but not with the hammered. And a friend of mine years ago had one with a hammer blade. I don't know where he got it, and was just killing him. So I'm gonna give this a try, and hopefully it works good. So yeah, colors seem to make a difference. In real clear water, I like this straight blue and silver. Also, this pink works really good. And then, like I said, the orange. This one has been my most popular in just about every river. Like, I can guarantee you, if you tie one of these on and you throw it in your local river in the Pacific Northwest, like I said, I'm talking about the Northwest only. I don't know about Michigan and Pennsylvania and all those other states on the Great Lakes with salmon. I don't even know if you use these, but here they kill it. And then in the last few years, something else that's gotten popular, probably the last, I think the first time I seen it was probably 20 years ago, has been twitching jigs. And that is tying on a big jig like this. A big hair jig like this with a 1/2 ounce or 3/4 ounce ball head or whatever shaped head you want, and throwing it out, and they call it twitching. I've seen all kinds of people fish it all kinds of different ways. I like this, I don't do the twitch. I like the lift and drop and lift and drop. Seems to work best for me. And I don't know what it is about them, just that falling action of it falling straight down. It drives me crazy. And I've watched Coho's. You'll see I have mostly pink and purple. Those seems to be the big colors. But I've watched Coho salmon like follow behind, searching for these things. Like you'll be jigging it in and they'll be right behind it, darting and following it up real slow. And when you drop it, they'll just down right after it. And they'll follow it right up to the bank doing that sometimes. It's crazy. So hopefully this year we'll do better and catch more. This one I think is going to be a hot color. They seem to like shiny blue. They like pink. And they like these big fuzzy guys. So we're going to find out. I think these ones were made by Addicted Fishing, which is a local, well, they're on YouTube, but they're a local fishing group thing. They have their own YouTube channel, and they look like they should be pretty good. We'll see. If they are, I'll definitely let you know. And then occasionally, you'll be in a real small stream and you'll see some fish, or in real clear water or really heavily fished water, and you'll want something small. Like these little guys. These are number 3s, I believe. They don't put the number on their blades. Or do they? I don't know, but I think this is a number 3. And they make this one a little extra heavy for its size, so it sinks really well. And then here's just a straight silver small one. So if the water's really, really clear and they don't seem to want to bite other spinners, you go real small like that, and sometimes that'll do the trick. So anyway, that's what's in this box. These are really prone to rust and corrosion and stuff. So you only get a few good years out of them before they start looking like crap. And yes, I've tried all kinds of polishes and stuff, and for some reason, I don't know, it just seems like they get turned off to them once they get to a certain point of corrosion. The salmon just don't like them anymore. So kind of weird. You wouldn't think it would be that way, but it is. We're supposed to get some rain tomorrow, which should be starting to bring salmon into tidewater. And I think probably one of my next videos is going to be fishing for fishing in tidewater for sea run cutthroat and hopefully some cohos and maybe some jacks or whatever. And we can talk about it more and I can show you how I fish them. So anyway, that's video number 1 in the series, What's in the Box Coho. I hope you guys are having a great week. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. I really want to do this as my full-time gig. I know in my first few videos haven't been very good. I'm working on them though. Working. It's a lot harder than I thought. I like doing these review videos a lot better. They're a lot easier. My next box is probably going to be this one, which is my plug box, also for coho and salmon and stuff. And then we'll get into some other boxes from there. So anyway, have a great day, guys, and I will talk to you later. Oh, and don't forget to check out elliesseatreasures.com. Just type in that website into your browser, and you can see some of the goods that my girlfriend Diane makes on there. And hopefully we'll start making some money with this channel, and we'll put other merchandise on there like t-shirts and sweatshirts, and who knows, maybe fishing gear. Who knows what we'll do. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a great week, and I'll talk to you later.